Okay, so I want you to picture the scene. It's Friday, January 16th.
And it's one of those posts that just, it stops you mid-scroll.
Exactly. It's high contrast, black and white. A video montage of a young mother just weeping in a hospital bed.
So raw. She's holding someone's hand, just desperate for comfort.
And the caption underneath it just reads, "I will spend the rest of my life missing you." The internet just paused.
Yeah, thousands of comments started pouring in. It was meant to be a weekend of mourning, a really public, really tragic loss.
But then Saturday comes, January 17th, exactly 24 hours later.
The screen goes black again. But this time, there's no sad music, no tears.
Just white text, an Instagram story, and the entire narrative just flips from tragedy to, absolute shock.
The husband who should have been holding her hand,
Yeah.
the one we all assumed was right there with her.
He was holding a smartphone instead, typing out a confession that would just completely shatter their old picture-perfect reality.
It really is a story that sounds like it was written for a TV drama, but this is happening in real time.
Welcome to StarScope Report.
Join us as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And today we're doing a serious deep dive into the shocking weekend of Katie Bates and Travis Clark.
It's a story of tragedy followed, almost immediately by betrayal. The headline says it all. He confessed after her miscarriage.
So let's unpack this. We've got sources from People, TMZ, all over. And we really need to start with the couple themselves. For anyone who isn't deep in the fundy influencer world, who are we actually talking about here?
You're talking about reality TV royalty, at least in their very specific corner of the world.
Right.
Katie Bates is 25. She's the 11th child of Gil and Kelly Jo Bates from Bringing Up Bates. If you know the Duggars, the Bates are kind of like their more polished, more Instagram-savvy cousins.
19 kids, a huge focus on wholesome religious living, the whole courtship thing.
Exactly. And then you have Travis Clark. He's 24, a musician, and he just recently pivoted to nursing school.
And they already have two little kids, Haley and Harvey. Harvey was just born in September 2024, so they are deep in it. Toddlers everywhere.
And their brand, and this is so important to understand for this deep dive, their brand is built on that idea of the godly home. They monetize their whole journey.
Faith-based parenting, the courtship, all of it.
Everything was curated to look like this perfect modern fairy tale. And you have to keep that brand promise in mind because it's why the fall was so hard.
Okay, let's go back to that Friday, January 16th, 2026. The headline everywhere was "The Video That Broke Hearts."
I watched it. It's gut-wrenching.
It's not just a text post. It's a fully produced, cinematic reel about their loss.
So visceral. The sources describe these before clips. You see Katie holding a positive pregnancy test, that pure joy.
She's buying a little onesie, setting up a teddy bear and balloons to surprise Travis. It's the classic influencer pregnancy reveal.
Totally. Designed to make you smile, to make you feel that excitement with them.
And then the cut. It's so jarring. The cut to the after. Katie's in a hospital bed. Tears are just streaming down her face, and you hear her sobbing, "I just lost my baby." It's incredibly raw.
And the audio they put over it, the voiceover. It was something like, "I will ask God why for the rest of my life. If love could have saved you, you would have lived forever."
It's a level of vulnerability that just invites you in to grieve right alongside them.
And it worked. The public reaction was immediate. You had the official Bates family account saying, "Our hearts are all broken." Fans were devastated.
Everyone was ready to wrap this family in a warm digital hug. You watch that and you just think, wow, this poor couple, they need each other so much right now.
It really shows that double-edged sword of sharing your life online, doesn't it?
It does.
You share the highest highs,
Yeah.
so the audience is there for the lowest lows. But that vulnerability on Friday is what set the stage for Saturday to be so shocked.
That's the image we all had. Friday night, the world is crying for Katie and Travis. But just as all that sympathy was pouring in, Travis posts a story that changes everything.
And this is where the timeline gets really hard to wrap your head around.
Saturday, January 17th, the 24-hour turnaround. Travis Clark posts a text-only statement. Black background, white text. No picture.
And I have the quote right here. He says, "This is hard to write, but I owe the truth. I was unfaithful to my wife. I had an affair and repeatedly broke her trust."
Repeatedly. That is the word.
That's the word that just jumps off the screen. This wasn't a one-time thing. He admits there's no excuse, calls it his failure alone, and says he's getting help.
He apologizes for the pain, humiliation, and betrayal, and then says, "Forgiveness is not something I deserve. It's a brutal confession." But my first reaction was just the timing.
The cruelty of the timing is what's so hard to understand. His wife is physically recovering from a miscarriage that happened days ago. She announced it 24 hours ago. Why now?
That's the million-dollar question. Why not wait? Why do this when she's already completely at her lowest point?
There are a few theories floating around. One of them is a PR strategy called crisis stacking.
Crisis stacking, that sounds so calculated.
It is. It's a dark strategy. The idea is you release your own bad news while the public is already feeling sorry for you. It might, blunt the anger.
So you nest the scandal inside the sympathy.
Exactly. People are already in support mode, so maybe they won't turn on you as hard.
Wow. That's incredibly cynical.
It is. The other theory is more psychological, that the miscarriage just brought everything to a head. Trauma has a way of forcing secrets out into the open.
So the stress of the double life just collapsed under the weight of the grief.
Maybe. Maybe the guilt just became too much to handle in that hospital room.
Well, if it was a strategy, it backfired. I mean, spectacularly.
Oh, completely. Instead of getting sympathy, it just painted him as a villain. The contrast between Katie in that hospital bed and Travis typing on his phone is just, it's too much.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If you think this came out of nowhere, you'd be wrong. Because the internet sleuths found the clues.
They always do.
And the signs of a double life were hiding in plain sight. We're going to track that timeline of deception right now.
And this brings us to this really fascinating idea that one of our sources called compensatory performativity.
Okay, break that down. Compensatory performativity. What does that mean in plain English?
It's basically when someone performs the role of the perfect partner publicly, maybe even over the top, to compensate for the guilt of what they're doing privately.
So the I love you so much Instagram post is actually a shield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there is a perfect example of this in their timeline. Let's go back. Travis started nursing school in June 2025. This was a huge shift for him, right?
Yeah, he was always music or ministry. Very different world.
A very sheltered world. And then he goes into a nursing program, a secular, high-stress, mixed-gender environment. It's a classic trope, unfortunately.
The partner goes back to school, their world gets bigger, and they stray.
So school starts in June. Fast forward to October 2025, just 3 months before the confession. Travis posts this incredibly lavish 25th birthday tribute to Katie.
And based on the Travis repeatedly in his own confession, the affair is likely already happening at this point.
Almost certainly. And he writes, "Happy 25th to the easiest person in the world to celebrate." He says, "You love so deeply."
And the video montage was from a trip to the UK. They're smiling, sightseeing. They look like they're in the honeymoon phase.
That's the compensatory performativity. You love so deeply. It's like he's celebrating her loyalty because he knows he has none. He's building this public monument to their love while taking a sledgehammer to the foundation behind her back.
That is chilling to look back on now. It's gaslighting by Instagram reel.
And the Reddit detectives, as the sources called them, they were already spotting cracks way before this.
They always do. So what did they find?
Well, around December 2025, the digital behavior started to change. Travis began posting like a single dad. You know the vibe.
Oh, yeah. Just him and the kids. Katie's nowhere to be seen.
And Katie's content shifted, too. It became this kind of lonely mom of two toddlers aesthetic.
That soft separation online is always a massive red flag.
Huge. And then there was the big clue about the other woman. Sources say that in early 2026, Katie unfollowed a bunch of Travis's female classmates from nursing school.
Oof. There it is. That's the smoking gun.
It suggests she suspected something was going on, specifically in his new environment. Then people dug up old clips where Travis had said things like, "Divorce is okay for some people, and flirting is okay."
And for a family like the Bates, that is basically heresy. Divorce is not on the table.
Not at all. And it apparently really distressed Katie at the time. It just shows his mindset was already drifting.
So you map it out. June, nursing school. October, the lavish tribute shield. December, the digital separation. Then January, the miscarriage and the confession. It's a timeline of a slow-motion car crash.
It really is. It just destroys that narrative of a sudden tragedy. This is a slow burn that just exploded.
If you're enjoying this breakdown of the stories behind the headlines, do us a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We've got more deep dives coming your way, and you won't want to miss them.
Seriously, stay tuned. The stories only get wilder from here.
Speaking of wild, we have to talk about the family fallout. The Bates family is a brand, an institution.
Absolutely. Their brand is godly homes, success through faith. Infidelity doesn't just hurt the couple, it damages the entire family's message.
And most of the family posted the standard, thoughts and prayers for the miscarriage. They kept it safe. But one sibling went rogue.
Lawson Bates, Katie's brother.
I love this part of the story just because it's so real. Hours after Travis posts his confession, Lawson posts a reel to Instagram. It's a video of him lifting weights.
Classic Lawson. But the text he put on the screen was not subtle at all.
Not at all. It read, "One day, someone might tell your kids, you're just like your dad. Make sure it's a compliment, not an insult."
Wow, that is a direct hit. There's no other way to read that.
And the caption was a Bible verse about integrity and sound speech.
It's fascinating because it shows a crack in that united family front. Usually they circle the wagons, keep the drama private, but Lawson publicly shaming Travis shows that Travis has been othered.
Othered. That's a strong way to put it.
He's no longer one of them. He's outside the protection of the clan now. And the irony is just so thick because Lawson actually wrote the song, "I Love You Truly," for their wedding.
He helped build the fairy tale.
And now he's watching it burn. It shows a real shift. The siblings are defending their sister, even if it means acknowledging the scandal so publicly.
So where does this leave them now? Our sources say Travis is seeking professional help.
Which, in their world, likely means faith-based counseling. He's trying to become an accountable man, as he said.
And Katie has asked for privacy, which, she deserves more than anyone.
She's dealing with losing a child and losing her marriage, or the marriage she thought she had, all at the same time. It's an unimaginable amount of grief to carry.
It really makes you question this whole influencer relationship ecosystem, doesn't it? We watch these stories like they're TV shows, but there's real trauma behind the screen.
That's the real takeaway here. What we saw was curated sincerity. We bought into the wholesome journey, but the collapse of it all just proves that monetized intimacy often hides the deepest fractures.
The couple that sold faith-based parenting was struggling with the most basic parts of trust. It's a harsh reminder about what we see versus what's real.
Exactly. The screen is a filter, not a window.
Before we sign off, I want to leave you with one final thought. We talked about that honoring phase, the lavish birthday posts, the romantic montages, all happening during the betrayal.
Right.
In the world of influencers, is it possible that the louder the public honoring, the quieter the private betrayal? Was that birthday tribute really for her?
Or was it a shield for him? That is the question. When the performance is a cover-up, the audience is always the last to know.
You've been listening to StarScope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.